database management system, and we begin by defining what a database is. We are going to see what a database is, database management system, different types of data, and the rest. So, database management, before understanding the database management system, it is important to understand what databases are. So the database is a collection of data that is interrelated with each other. Like if it is a faculty, you are a student, you belong to the faculty of education, faculty of business, you do this course, you have this registration number. So that data must be interrelated. The database management system is basically a tool that functions to organize, store, and edit information in a database server. So, basically, database organizes the data in the form of schemas, tables, and views. We shall understand what a schema is, what a table is, and the views. In order to retrieve the data efficiently and effectively, a database is created and maintained. So database management is a software which is used to manage all the databases. All the databases are managed by a database management software. This software system acts as an interface and provides the security and consistency to the user while using the databases. So what a good database should have is a good commercial database management system has inbuilt support for data backup and recovery. So if you're building a database, it should have a place for data recovery and data backup. Some of the most common database management systems are, we have Oracle, we have SQL, MySQL, Access, among others. So why do you need to learn database management system? Traditionally, people used it to store the data in files, but it was difficult to retrieve. Like you can see these files. If you have 1,000 files, and then they tell you to look for a name, for example, look for Maria Sumta in a file, and for example, it was stored in 1990, and you are not there. So checking to find all that data takes quite a lot of time, and you may end up losing that data if not carefully searched. So nowadays, the database management system came into the picture with the advanced and easy to use features in order to overcome the problems of the traditional systems. Some special characteristics of modern database management systems which make it more attractive and useful in comparison to traditional systems are given here. One, the database management systems that we have nowadays are consistency. They have relational tables, like you can see this table. They are less redundancy, and data is not isolated in any way. It eradicates redundancy and delivers security. There's no data redundancy. With the primary key, you cannot have Komgai Maria Sumta again Komgai Maria Sumta. It must query the database. Isolation provided between program and data abstraction, support of several views of the data, allocation of data records, and multi-user transaction handling. Database management systems permit entities and relations amid them to proceed to produce tables. Then we have ACID, which is atomicity, consistency, isolation. That is a property that most databases have, and it has that durability, and it holds multi-user environment that permits users to access and deploy data in corresponding. What are some of the benefits of database management systems? One, some of the benefits provided are integrity. The organization of the database can alter, but the application that uses the data need not to be altered. Yeah. Efficiency, of course. You cannot replicate the data that is already in. Consistency, irrespective of who is inspecting it, the data is identical. Backups, it is simple to back up data from one place. Security, the data is kept in a safe central place. And customization. Then application, database management systems are applied in schools, in hospitals, railway banks, education sector, credit card exchanges, social media sites, broadcasting, accounting, online shopping, among other places. Now we're going to look at this example. Consider a scenario of a university record management system that keeps a record of every student, faculty, course unit, and courses provided. For example, we have the name Komgai Maria Sumta, faculty, business and ICT, course unit, database management system, and course is ICT. That data has to be kept in a database management system of an institution in order to keep track of how you are progressing. So we need a separate table. That was first table, we need a separate table or record for each entity and maintaining the relationship between these entities. For example, that student, Komgai Maria Sumta, can have a single or multi-subjects. I may be doing database management system. I'm also doing general research methods. I'm also doing computer programming applications, among other units. And one course can have different subjects. ICT has very many subjects in it as a course. Likewise, there should be one record keeping track of personal details of students like name, address, father's phone number, etc. In this way, we shall have a primary key of a registration number, which when entered anywhere, it keeps track of all my information. Moreover, records of each semester of a student are stored in a separate table. So each student's information will be stored in a separate table. In order to maintain, store, and retrieve these complex interrelated relations, a strong database management system is needed. So now I think you know why we need a database management system. Prerequisite: one should have at least the knowledge of computer memory, where information is stored, secondary memory, security, among others. Apart from this, it is important to have an understanding of real data and its related concepts, like why is it important to maintain it and store it efficiently. Components of database management system include, they perform very vital tasks in administration environment of a database management system. These components of database management system function provide permission to define, structure, develop, query, update, and handle the databases. For example, examples of database management systems can be Oracle, Microsoft Access, SAP, Microsoft SQL Server, among others. We have components. The database management system has majorly 5 components, and these are hardware component, software component, data, procedures, and database access language. When you come to software, it is a sort of commands or programs that are executed for controlling and managing the entire database and its structure. This itself comprises database management system software, the network software, and other operating systems are being applied to share the application programs and the data amongst users implemented to admin data record in the database management system. We have the hardware. We often say about computer input-output channels for data, hard disk, and maybe any additional physical modules include before any data is magnificently stored into the memory. So we execute Oracle or even MySQL, then our computer's hardware, computer's RAM, the keyboard, by means of which we type in the programs, and also ROM entire converts a portion of the database management system hardware. Hence, this hardware comprises of a group of physical electric devices like input-output devices, computers, storage devices, and so on, that builds the interface concerning computers and the actual world systems. We have data. Of course, data, this consists of the real operation, data as well as the metadata. When we talk of the metadata, this is when you're talking about the size of, for example, a name, the size